Hello and welcome to today's Daily Insight. My name is Lou Redman, and today's practice was inspired by this feeling I get every time before I give a presentation, facilitate a class, or even prepare this Daily Insight. And that is a form of stress. What I find compelling is that I want to be doing all of those things. So that means although I'm a meditation teacher, I want to feel stress. But meditation is supposed to help us relieve our stress. I find this to be a gray area in this field. In my work on Insight Timer, I'm not really trying to teach stress relief. I hope that becomes a byproduct, but my main intention is spiritual development. And in my experience, nothing develops your spirit more than putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. We grow our physical muscles by stressing them. We grow our emotional muscles by doing the same. Stress gets a really bad reputation. I get it. Being overstressed causes anxiety, breakdowns, and innumerable health problems. Where I'm going with this is not for you to increase your stress. It's for you to come into a more refined relationship with your stressors. I want you to be able to note the difference between good stress and toxic stress. We'll do this in a very pragmatic way. That is by asking and answering questions about our stress. The questions are: 1. What is causing me stress? 2. Is this stress helping me to become the best version of myself? 3. What can I do about it? 4. Can I accept if it doesn't work out? Instead of theorizing, I'm going to give you 2 examples of this process in my own life. I try to think of more general examples, but what makes it difficult is that best version of yourself is so subjective that it would take too much time to explain all the nuances. So since many of us are on similar paths, I hope you can resonate a little with my situations. So question 1, what is causing me stress when I have to prepare and then give a big presentation? Question 2, is this stress helping me become the best version of myself? Well, since this work is what I feel called to do, then absolutely this stress is helping me practice and get comfortable with that. Question 3, what can I do about this stress? The simplest answer is to get to work, because as I gain momentum in preparing, I feel better. When it comes to fear stress, I can affirm that I am strong and I can do this and that I am worthy. And I can practice being with the fear and not letting the doubt creep in and take over. Question 4, can I accept if it doesn't work out? Yes, and I've had to. I've literally spent weeks feeling shameful from workshops or classes that didn't work out. But I always learned an invaluable lesson from them. Okay, so that is positive. Let's do a negative. Back to question 1. What causes me stress? When I say yes to something I don't want to do. Example is when I say yes to substitute teaching a yoga class the same day that I'm asked. Question 2. Does this help me become the best version of myself? This is where it gets tricky. When I just started teaching yoga, my answer may have been yes. It was growing my courage and my ability to step in front of a room. Now, not so much. It makes me anxious and just takes away from my ability to focus on the work that is really moving my life forward. 3. What can I do about it? I'll tell you exactly what I did about it. I set up a boundary. I made a decision that I don't sub yoga classes on the same day I'm asked. I wrote it down, I dated it, so that when anyone asks me, I don't have to decide or feel bad for not doing it. I simply say, I wrote this a long time ago, it's not personal, and I send it to them. Last one. Can I accept if it doesn't work out? Not working out in this case is the relationship being dampened. And yes, I can accept that because I think boundaries are super healthy. And if someone sent me what I send them, I'd have nothing but respect for that. I hope it helped you to see this process in action. Now we're going to get into the practice so that you can do this in your own experience. And let us start to begin our meditative portion. So if you haven't closed down the eyes, and to start to get your body ready to come in. I'm starting to note the physicality of your body where it's rooting, your chair, cushion. Allow yourself to come into a relationship with your breath. Using each inhalation and exhalation as a way to attune your body to the space and to attune us together for this practice. And we'll just take a few moments here, feeling the expansiveness of each inhale, filling your body, and allowing the contraction to let you release and relax just a little bit more. Starting to sense the finer energies within your body. And we're going to begin now by moving through these questions that I discussed. And the first question is to ask yourself, what is causing me stress? What is causing me stress? Allow that question to open up space, and maybe take a breath and just begin to note if there's anything that comes up. Maybe it's a specific event that you're dealing with. It might be a recurring stressor that keeps showing up. And maybe it's just this general overwhelm from all of the to-dos. Everything is welcome here. And first, let's just allow whatever it brings up to be there. And continuing to use your breath as a way to attune with this energy or this emotion that might be coming up. And now let's begin to see if you can find a specific part of your body where you can feel this stress manifest. Maybe it's a tightness in your chest, your neck. Maybe there's an unease in your stomach. And if you can't find a specific, just be with the whole body. Allowing, again, this emotion to be there. Not needing to run from it. We are in a very safe space where this too can be here. It's okay. This too can be here. Let's take a breath in together. And let that go. Just letting that kind of still be there, and just moving on to this next question. Is this stress helping me become the best version of myself? And take a moment here and think about what that best version of yourself is. And maybe you take a moment to think about your values. What does that person look like? Maybe you can see and envision who your best self is. What qualities do they possess? Maybe they're compassionate, courageous, fulfilled, responsible, loyal. And if you have a tough time thinking of values, maybe just envision a dream future self. Maybe you envision a dream day. And what is that person doing? How are they acting? There are so many values and ways to live our life by. And when we understand what is actually meaningful to us, we can learn what to do with our stressors. So coming into a deeper relationship with your stressor. And after reflecting on your values, I know we didn't have a long time, but after noting them for a little bit, does this stress align with that version of you? Does being with this stress grow you to get there? Or is it causing you to move away from it? If responsibility is a value, then maybe doing something that you don't like is getting you there. If meaningful work is a value, and you're stressed over stuff that you don't care about, then that's something different. This is where it gets cloudy. So it's okay to take your time, and it's okay to not know right now. And it might help to ask, what is on the other side of this stress? And is it growth and fulfillment? Or is this stress hurting you? Let me ask that question and just try and accept whatever comes up. Stress, whether good or toxic, really only wants what is best for us. It is a physiological response to keep you safe and away from danger. How awesome is that? Whether it's good or toxic, sometimes it helps to see the intention behind stress. Maybe can we see our stressors and see that it just wants the best for us? And just notice if just that kind of framework of looking at it might help to just ease or relate to it a little differently. Maybe even thank it for those intentions. Now let's go ahead and move on to our third question. What can I do about it? Well, let's say something at work is stressing you, that is helping you to be the best version of yourself. Maybe you start getting to work. Maybe you write down a to-do list just to get it out of your mind. Is there a call that you can make? Maybe what you need is a stress relief meditation. If no was your answer, is there a change that has to be made? If you're stressed about a job that is not helping you to get where you want to go, maybe can you start a conversation to leave? Can you change your workload? Remember, not all of this is going to be easy. there will be a lot of stress in leaving a secure job. But if the answer was to the previous question, then it may be worth exploring. So taking a moment, what can I do about this? And I'd like to offer you some affirmations to help you handle the stress now, regardless if you answered yes or no. So you're welcome to repeat this to yourself or out loud. Just listen. I can handle this. I have the tools to be with this. By being with this, I am growing. I am supported by unseen forces. With each breath, develop this sense of peacefulness. And then visualize yourself doing what it is that you think you need to do. Whether it's something at work or something at home, making a change, or maybe it's just to see yourself noting your breath in that moment, using this practice when you need it. And then lastly, asking our last question, can I accept if it does not work out? Or maybe can I accept if it doesn't work out how I think it should? Well, feel this answer in the center of who you are. What we learn through this practice is that all emotions are transient. And nothing's going to last forever. However, there's this deeper place in us that does. The stress comes and goes, whether it's good or bad. But what we're really connecting to in our practice is that true place of realizing that we are already enough. That we are enough right here, right now, just as we are, regardless of circumstance. You are so much bigger than all of this. Let's just take a moment and see if we can come back into that self-worth that knows that no matter what happens, we can accept. So again, I'm going to offer some affirmations. I am enough. I don't have to be anyone, do anything, or achieve any goal. I am always enough. I am always enough. And maybe repeating that over for a moment here, that I am enough, if that feels okay. And then slowly begin to start to come back into your body, into your chair. And when you feel ready, you can begin and open your eyes. I hope that process helps you in some way. I'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment or a question. What I love about the Daily Insight is that I get to reply via audio. So there's a lot more that I can say. And I thank you so much for choosing to practice with me. As always, namaste.